let's get to it. Time to chores. Cows are hungry. Well, today is March 7th, and I'm done with the 84. Now I'm working on the 76. Most obvious here is just checking the front wheel bearings. I jacked it up. They were a little looser. I wasn't going to actually take it apart, but they're a little, this one is the only one I've checked so far, but it's a little looser than I wanted it to be. And I could see that there was clean grease up here, but it was real dirty in the back. The old seal has seen better days. I don't know for sure, but I think the bearings are fine. I'm going to clean them up. The seal ain't too bad a price. They're only $14.33. And it says they got 6 in stocks. Also kind of got a mess in here, but I got the diff switch out and the fuel sending unit I've took out. I put back in to keep clean, but get a new fuel sending unit because when I did it last spring and it did it this winter, I put fuel in it and it wouldn't change the gauge, or it would read empty but there would be fuel in it, or read real low. So I'm gonna replace that. And like I said, the diff switch was a problem. Oh yeah, and I put new gas shock on the door and the back window because back window won't stay up. And I also put a roll pin in the latch so it doesn't spin in circles anymore. So I got that fixed. And the diff switch here. I think this is the problem. The switch itself, let me put you guys down. So the switch itself here seems to work just fine. When I put a multimeter on it, it makes continuity. But this button here don't like to go down. I got a new one of these coming. So we'll try it out, see how it works. And that bolts into this shield here. This goes underneath like this. So your clutch pedal would be here and your brake pedals would be there. And the diff switch is right there. And then this wire here is the wire for the diff switch. I've been cleaning some plastic, put new air filters in back there. So yeah, I've got a bunch of plastic apart. LA's totally awesome. Was recommended on YouTube, I believe by ZK Master Tech, and this stuff is awesome. I mean, this turned way cleaner than it ever has been for a long time. I was quite pleased. I mean, look at how nice this plastic piece is broke, but look how nice it is. It was all not nice. I got a new fuel filter on it, but I don't have it bled out because you got to have the key on to open up the fuel solenoid. And there's no batteries in it. Still working on cleaning this up. And I'm in the process of changing motor oil also, hence no filter. But yeah, we're getting her serviced up. Well, as you can see here, I got the right wheel back on. It's not really drivable. I cleaned all the grease out of the hub. There's no seal in there. The bearings all look good on the front axle, so I just put some grease on the race and put them together. Everything's cleaned up, so all I need is just take it apart, put the seal in, and we're good. Same with this side. But as you can see here, the seals are torn up. It's missing a hole. It's supposed to have 3 lips. And then this one too. Got the batteries cleaned up here. That's just baking soda. So I just later on real thick cleaning it up. That's all that is. So I'm going to work on cleaning up the battery compartment, but I think first I'm going to drop some engine oil in here, get the filter on. Well, today's March 12th, and still working on the 76 here. I have I put new seals and bearing cups in the front axle here. Got the oil change, new fuel filter, batteries cleaned up. And I'm still working on inside the cab here. I put in a new sending unit. Let's take this cover off the floor. And I'm still having some issues with the diff lock, but this is, I think, my problem. This is the coil for the solenoid that engages the diff. And if we come back here, see if I turn on the light. It's back in here. A little rod sticking up, the coil goes on. Now I have all the books for this digitally, so the service manual, the diagnostic and testing manual, which came in real handy. It said the coil should have 12 ohms, and if it's not around 12, to replace it. And I got 10.4. It doesn't say what around means, but to me, 10.4 is not around 12. I got a new one of them coming, and I'm hoping that will fix it. I don't think it's the brake switches, because, I don't know if you guys can hear it, when I push the pedal, I can actually hear the switches going back and forth.
The diagnostic and testing manual page for checking the brake switches in the CCU.
So I'm in diagnostic mode, and address 6 is for the brakes. So if I push the left brake, it reads it. But if I push the right brake, it don't read it. Now if I go to address 7 and I touch the diff switch, it reads it. So yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do here on getting this floor put back together. I checked the coolant level. Probably could put the shields back on. I did change this filter here, and this line here goes from the tank. It flows through and goes. There's a cooler. It runs through a cooler and then goes into the ejection system. I don't know when this was changed, so I changed it. And when you unhook these lines, I couldn't. The fuel just kept running. I don't know if there's a shut-off valve underneath the tank or not, but I had diesel running all down the frame and just piling up. Took a whole bunch of floor dry to clean up. I switched this out as quickly as possible, and it sat overnight with the floor dry soaking up the diesel, and I had enough floor dry. It's not like it was all wet sitting on the floor, but boy, when I came in here this morning, it reeked like diesel. It was pretty strong. So I cleaned up all the floor dry, got that out, and all I smell is diesel, but it's probably stuck in my nose at this point. But yeah, fan belt looks good. Everything I can see, just visually looking, everything looks okay. It's got coolant. The dampener, I looked at the dampener on the crankshaft. Best I can see. I don't know if you guys can see, but the rubber looks okay. Like, it doesn't look like it's getting deformed, so I think that's okay. The tensioner for the belt, I'm just trying to go over this as much as possible and do as much as I can to minimize any kind of downtime when we need it. Yeah, it's really turning out, and got new air filters in. I don't know, I have to actually go through my list on the computer, but yeah, it's really turning out, and I'm gonna work on putting the cab back together. Well, for the most part, we got the interior back together. It apparently is supposed to rain this afternoon, and we're looking at 3 to 8, 12 inches, something like that, Sunday. And this is a snow blowing tractor, and I don't know if it's going to be hooked up to the snow blower or not. So before it rains here, I'm going to get the 40-20 out so I can get the skid loader out and put a bucket on so I can at least move snow with the bucket if I have to. We're okay. I'm going to take care of the skid loader, put the bucket on, and then continue on in the shop. Well, I got the cab pretty much cleaned out. Now I'm going to install some of the planting accessories such as the monitor and part of the GPS, but I think she cleaned up pretty nice. Pretty nice. She looks good. In case you couldn't tell, I did not purchase this display holder. It is actually homemade. It's plenty heavy duty, but you know, it is solid and it doesn't seem to move. But once it's fastened, it's good quality. So I'm just gonna snug some of these up here. Now that's solid. So I'm gonna put these tools away and I will bring up the planter monitor. I think I'll start with that. Ooh. So here it is. I actually got the section shut off here. We don't need this one. Tuck these cables here on this side behind. There we go. Somewhere in here. There we go. This mess of wires, it really isn't that bad. This harness here plugs to the planter itself. This here is to power the monitor. I believe speed input. Yep. We have here speed input. Pretty straightforward. Gonna grab me a couple zip ties. I'm not gonna get too crazy with the zip ties because I still gotta put the GPS monitor in, and I don't want to, that'll have to be zip tied also, so I don't want to go crazy and use double the zip ties, but that's in the tillage tractor for anhydrous first. So I'm just gonna zip tie her up. This tractor does have a right-hand door, so I like to lock it so we don't have someone opening it from the outside, because I will zip tie the wires to the door handle to kind of keep them out of the way. And for now, we'll just leave them tucked down beside the seat. We got the monitor in. I'm gonna dust it off. One last thing here. I'm gonna put these panels back on the tractor. Make sure they're in there good. So there we go, so they don't come off and lose them. She will need a bath here. Don't we get too crazy this spring. There. Come on, girl. There we go. There. There we go, we got her, boys. I will be putting the other side on, but appreciate you watching. Hit that like, subscribe button, and see you next week.